Do almost nothing. That's right. You heard me. Do tiny things only. Do the smallest things. Talking about the power of little things repeated over long periods of time. The value of that in your business, in life, to be honest, but understanding, recognizing what are some things you can do that are really easy to do that will have a massive payoff over time. So I'll illustrate with the basic examples first and then get into some more perhaps relevant or interesting ones. So, compound interest is the one we've all heard before. You keep depositing some money every month and over time it becomes worth a lot. Doesn't have much impact in the short term, but over longer term it does. So, for example, if you set aside a couple of $1,000, and let's say you did that every month, just put $2,000 into somewhere, an investment of some description, bank account, fine. I mean, at least at the moment, banks pay some interest. Let's say you find somewhere just pays, you're putting it somewhere 5% a year is what you earn on it. Now, if you put aside that couple of thousand a month, after 5 years, it's going to be worth in the vicinity of $140,000. After 10 years, it's going to be worth $315,000. Now, you can look at that however you want. You go and buy a boat if you want. Or you might say, actually, we've just had kids and, well, in 10 years, they'll be hitting high school age. Great. There's a brilliant private school education paid for a couple of kids. All you had to do was put aside a couple of $1,000. Find a couple of $1,000 of saving from somewhere, set it aside in the right place. Have the discipline. Going to the gym is the other classic example. You go to the gym a couple of times, 3 times a week. And after a month, it doesn't make much difference, to be honest. You will probably feel a bit better, actually. You do make some improvements quickly, but you're not fundamentally fitter, stronger, and a different person. Keep doing that for 5 years. You will be fundamentally fitter and stronger. You'll feel great. You'll be able to undertake different physical challenges. And by the way, the almost universal causal link with lots of good health outcomes in the future of everyone's life. Health, fitness, exercise all go hand in hand. So over a month or two doesn't make much difference. Over many years makes a massive difference. Now, I've made a funny change. It seems so simple in the last year, and I've been fascinated by the impact of it. We've all heard that it's good to drink more water. So I drink more water. But in particular, the one absolute discipline I have, first thing in the morning, the first thing I consume is a large glass of water. Now, I don't get excited by water. I don't find it taste particularly exciting. And in the morning, initially, it took me a bit of a discipline to just do it. It's interesting. And by the way, after you do it one morning, it makes no difference whatsoever. And after 2 mornings, didn't feel much. It's fascinating observing it after it's probably a bit over a year now I've been doing it. The difference in my energy level, the difference in my mental energy is amazing. It's a glass of water a day. Now, I drink more water during the day, but that discipline is the key. First thing in the morning, it's what I start with. Now, think of your team for a second. If you undertook 1 hour of really effective training with your team, and you can pick whether, depending on the size of your team, which part of your team, the whole team, your leadership team, take your pick. 1 hour of training every week. Now, again, after a couple of weeks, they won't be much different. But if between you, you're all sharing learnings and developing each other, training each other, and if you make just a couple of % improvement every week, it doesn't look much different after 2 weeks. After a year, what does that look like? If you've made a little improvement every week, what does it look like after 5 years? You're building a business here. It's a fantastic payoff. What about marketing? Let's be down on your marketing, and let's assume that half the campaigns you try fail. Okay? So you're not very good. You design pretty ordinary campaigns and half of them fail. Okay. Every month, just run one extra campaign. Half of them are going to fail. At the end of the year, though, you've uncovered 6 successful campaigns, 6 campaigns that work. Double down on those. I mean, for many businesses, that's enough to drive their marketing. It's just having the discipline to do it. Now, interestingly, these things that pay off over time suffer from never being urgent. Every example I've used, incredibly easy to do. Just as easy not to do. Just as easy not to do. And by the way, the benefit, the payoff in the first few instances is very low. In some of my examples, basically nothing. Guaranteed to pay off over time. Compound interest is a guarantee. It always works. But you just have to have the discipline. So go out there and find 2-3 things. Personal life, business. 2 or 3 little things that are easy to do. Schedule them. Put in place some accountability rhythm, some tracking rhythm, and get into it. Enjoy watching how over a month, celebrate. They haven't done much yet, but I've formed the discipline because you know it's a guarantee. They will pay off over time. All the best.